How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Big D here. It's time to review another movie. This time it's the latest installment in the Terminator franchise. This movie is directed by Alan Taylor. It's the fifth installment, by the way, in the franchise, and it has, of course, including return of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It has Emilia Clarke, introducing Emilia Clarke, obviously, from Game of Thrones, and Jason Clarke, no relation there, but Jason Clarke from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, etc., and Jai Courtney. Of course, Jai Courtney from Die Hard 5, Jack Reacher, and the upcoming Suicide Squad movie as Captain Boomerang. This is my non-spoiler review for one of the most highly anticipated movies of 2015, Terminator Genisys. And of course, that is Genisys, spelled Genisys. Why do they spell it like that? Well, America. What did I think about this, guys? Again, this is a non-spoiler review, but real quick before I get to my pros and cons and tell you my final score of this movie and whether or not you should check it out, I'm going to say my what I felt walking into the theater. I saw this movie in IMAX 3D, and walking into this, the crowd was, it's about 40 to 55% full. It's the first showing on a Tuesday evening. And what were my expectations? I had high expectations, and I've heard 50% of people saying it's good, 50% of people saying it's shit. Let me just say right now, I was already having doubts, like, oh crap, this is not going to be good. Oh, this is going to be great. I tried to be positive. So I'm going to give them my pros first. I want to talk about them first. First off, I want to say Jason Clarke plays John Connor, and I love Jason Clarke. I think he's just a fantastic actor in what he does, and being a part of this movie, he just makes it more awesome. This movie is awesome as it is, just by being Arnold Schwarzenegger being back, man. That's the T-800, but Jason Clarke as John Connor, send a Terminator to the past to kill my mother. We're gonna take back our world. I don't want to yell, but take back our world, and the whole scar thing and everything going on. It's beautifully done. I think Jason Clarke, he brings his all in this movie, and he doesn't need to because it's not an Oscar movie. It's just a fun entertainment summer flick movie, popcorn movie, man, where you can just take all your friends and have a fun time. Jason Clarke, he a little bit overdoes it, but it's always fine. If you've seen the trailers, and most of you probably have, I'm not going to really spoil much, but what happens with John Connor's character, it's freaking, it got spoiled in the trailer, and that's something that I'm really pissed off about. I'll get to my cons. But for his character, I really do enjoy the way that he portrays John Connor, and I think that it's a new, fresh take for the franchise. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of a quote. Survival is what you taught me. That was really cool. I gotta say, man, I just gotta get this out of the way. The final battle lasted at least up to like maybe 4 to 6 minutes, the battle. And, maybe close to 5 minutes. But I just have to say, the final battle is awesome. Now, the action in this movie, the action's good. It's nothing great, it's not even really memorable. But the action of the ending battle is so epic to me, and especially in IMAX, and the sounds around you, dude, it just sounds so freaking cool, and it's so well filmed, that sequence, and it's against an enemy, and the T-800, and they're going at it, and it's super cool. And honestly, I can tell you that it's better, in my opinion, personal opinion, it's better than the Jurassic World boss battle ending, of course, with the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex fighting. So I do have to say that this battle was super way more awesome and had me cheering for T-800 to kick some ass. Matthew Clark, I believe that's his name. He played Doctor Who. He's in this movie. And that's not a spoiler or anything, of course. He's in the movie. I'm not going to tell you who he plays, but he comes out in here. He barely comes out, maybe screen time. Literally screen time, maybe 2.5 to 3 minutes at most. He for what he plays, he does play an interesting character. It's definitely going to make you wonder what's next. He's interesting. He's fun. And I do like the voice he's doing. The voice is pretty cool. The action, some action, you know, with the IMAX, it makes it look really cool. Of course, you've seen in the trailer, like the bus flipping and Emilia Clarke firing her weapon and everything. So yes, there is a lot of action in this movie from the beginning all the way to the end. Not all of them are as entertaining as, you know, the ending battle, but again, the ending battle is the one that shines out the most for me. Some of the effects are really well done, like the hand effects, and you know, with Arnold, just you know, the T-800 and the hand and the flesh. All those effects are really great. I'll get to my cons on the other effects too. This movie is funny and it is comical. It has a comical side to it. So if you definitely like Arnold trying to be funny and other characters like Emilia Clarke and all them trying to be comedian-ish in a sort of way, you're definitely gonna love the comedic side to this. It's about like 40% comedic. This movie really, it's really awesome. Arnold still got it, dude. The T-800 still proves to be awesome. There's an old T-800, there's a present T-800, and there is a past T-800. Those are really freaking awesome, and you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it that much. Emilia Clarke, she was really cool, and I think she did a great job being Sarah Connor. She definitely had. She made me think of Linda Hamilton from the original Terminator. She literally could be her daughter, and she literally had the voice close to as much as she can for Sarah Connor, as most. She really did good. I think she was pretty cool, and she was you know, she was something else. Jai Courtney, man, I love myself some Jai Courtney. A lot of people hate on him, but I think he's fantastic. Now, I'm not saying he's Oscar worthy. He's not the greatest person in the world, but he's something else, and I do enjoy watching him on screen, especially in the Divergent series. Now, him in this movie, he did okay. He did okay. It was just, at the end, he really did look like Kyle Reese with his hair and everything, but the way that Kyle Reese dressed in the original and him dressing like this, it did have that Kyle Reese feeling in a sort of way. Sometimes you bought it, sometimes you didn't. The old T-800, like I said, Arnold is freaking awesome. And there's a lot of nostalgia in here. If you haven't seen Terminator 1 and 2, you're not really going to get what's going on. But if you have, you're most likely going to get references, and you're gonna feel like, holy crap, it's been more than 20 years. I'm sad. Also, young Arnold fighting. There's a scene in the trailer where, you know, I've been waiting for you, where young T-800 and old T-800 fight. That was an interesting battle. Let me just tell you that much. And I do love the openings, of course, the openings where they show how the world used to be, and then the nuclear stuff happened, and then now it's a wasteland in the future. That was really cool. I really do enjoy how they executed that. And last but not least, for the pros, the costumes and the style. I do love what Sarah Connor's wearing almost as much as I want. At least take it off and, you know, maybe go a little time traveling with me. But still, I do think that her costume and style, and even Kyle Reese and Terminator himself, I mean, T-800, definitely the costumes and style for this movie are up to par. Especially the Resistance. Now my cons of this movie, guys. J.K. Simmons. I love myself some J.K. Simmons. He's a fantastic actor, of course, in Whiplash. I just saw Whiplash recently. I'm going to be doing a review on that soon. But he doesn't fit in this movie whatsoever. His character, once you like find out who his character was, you're going to be like, holy crap, that's cool. And then they don't go nowhere with it. His character is literally left hanging, not like literally hanging, but his character is just like, you never see J.K. Simmons again. Really pointless. What was up with that? Also, this movie, there are moments where it's slow. And there are literally like 2, 4, 5 moments where it got really boring. And I wanted to close my eyes and fall asleep because there are a few boring moments in this film that you really just don't care about. And again, J.K. Simmons is just, he was wasted. Why did you get J.K. Simmons? You could have got some B-list actor, but J.K. Simmons, you should have used his full potential. Also, again, some of the effects, like the helicopter effects or helicopter battles that's going on, those effects aren't really up to par as I really wish they could be. It's like, this movie is a $155 million budget. You'd think it'd be maybe 225 million at most for a Terminator franchise. You know, that's a lot, 225. But you're thinking about it, it'd be that much. So if the budget was that more, I'm not saying the effects have to be amazing. Some of the effects are really cool, but they're not great. They're not something where there are a few effects where I'm like, that looks bad, that looks crappy, that looks like shit. So there are a few moments where that does hit me. Some of the jokes are not so funny. I don't know whether Alan Taylor wrote this or he just directed this, but the screenplay, I believe, is by James Cameron, Patrick Luessler, Gail Ann Hurd, at least, or that's probably the Terminator franchise. Not James Cameron didn't work on the Genisys, I believe, but for sure, some of the jokes are just not funny. Like, I literally caught myself laughing, just fake laughing for the people around me, just to be like, haha, yeah, funny. Some other characters are really left out. Like, some character may have gotten injured, like a minor character that you're really not going to care about. But say they, they're dead. Oh, here's a little tease. We're 10 minutes in the movie. Oh, they never show them again 2 hours later. That was just totally worthless. Also, the messy timeline, it does get confusing overall. I do believe that it's sort of those things where, what was that movie where they just mess up the timeline, dude? I totally forgot what movie it is, but X-Men, where the timeline got messed up and then they did Days of Future Past. It's confusing. It's a confusing movie. It doesn't matter whether you've seen Terminator 1, 2, or 3, or Salvation. Let's not count Salvation, but still, the timeline is really confusing. It's going to take you a couple times to get where they're going and where they're at. Some of the action didn't work. There are a few scenes, of course, where there's FBI scenes, and it's really cheesy in some hospital scenes. Some of them are just too cheesy for me in a way. And again, I know it sounds like I'm hating on it, but it's an okay film. Overall, I'm going to give Terminator Genisys a solid C, a 7.35 out of a 10. Now, real quick, no one has ever complained or anything, but I just want to get this straight. When I get home, I write my reviews right away. I put my grade down, and then I go check out other people's reviews. I read what other people are thinking. And Chris Stuckman, he gave Terminator Genisys a C. Every time I review a movie, we always put the same grade, and it's really weird. So I'm just saying, I'm not copying Chris Stuckman. I didn't even know his grade until I already wrote my grade, and then I saw his video. So it doesn't matter. I know people really don't care, but I'm saying I'm not copying him or nothing. I put a C, and apparently he put a C, so that's cool. It's like, great minds think alike. But still, I'm not copying, guys. But overall, it's a C, 7.35 out of a 10. It's an okay movie. Is this movie worth watching? Yes, it is. Definitely in IMAX. Check it out there. IMAX is going to be really fun, so definitely check that out there. Yeah. If you're a fan of the Terminator franchise, definitely you're going to want to check this out. And, it's a great friend, getting your buddies together and go checking it out. I wouldn't really consider it a date movie. Just want to get that out there. But for sure, I would get this movie on Blu-ray, not day one or nothing. I wait till it's the $5 bin, like in 4 or 5 years, or when it's like on a $10 sale. But for sure, is this movie worth checking out? Yes. Comment down below, let me know what did you think about Terminator Genisys. Until next time, Spock be with you always. The next movie review I'm doing, hopefully, will be Magic Mike XXL. Stay tuned for that.